Hello everyone, this is part 18 of What If Naruto Was Like Edward Elric in Fullmetal Alchemist, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. 3 weeks after departure from Konohagakure, Jiraiya and Naruto had exited the border of High no Kuni and had eventually come to a major intersection of roads. For the majority of the time, Jiraiya had been trying to divert the attention of Naruto, who was curious seeing as how he remembered Jiraiya's words in his apartment about important information. Fortunately for the white-haired man who wasn't too fond of awkward explanations, distractions often came up to divert his attention. Jiraiya had to hold him off just long enough for the first part of his training to begin. As they reached the point in the road that broke off in several different directions, Jiraiya grinned as he knew the first part had begun. Okay Gaki, time for the first part of your training. Naruto grinned up at the massive man. Finally. You haven't taught me a damn thing since we left. All I've been doing is going over my notes and experimenting to make my alchemy stronger. I could have done that back in Konoha. Jiraiya's sweat dropped as Naruto started to bounce around. So Ero Sennin, what are you going to teach me? The swamp thing. Or maybe the needle thing with your hair, that was pretty cool. Jiraiya fished in his vest and pulled out a rolled up piece of paper. I'm going to teach you a very important skill that all powerful shinobi must have, the skill of survival. Naruto squinted his eyes. Say what? Survival. I can do that already, we learned that back in the academy. Jiraiya shook his head with a smirk, but not like this. Your first task will be to survive in the open field for, what's a good period of time? 6 months. Naruto gave Jiraiya a dry look. Could you repeat that? Because I think my brain just stroked off for a second. Did you just say that you would be leaving me alone for half a year? Jiraiya grinned. Yep, go anywhere you want, do whatever you want, I don't care. Just survive for 6 months and wherever you are I'll find you, I guarantee it. After the time is over I can find you in 2 weeks or less. Naruto growled, what does leaving me on my own have to do with training? Jiraiya took on a scholarly pose, kid, you can't have people teaching you all the time, no one is going to be watching your back all the time. You know how to work in a group, well now you need to learn how to depend on number one, yourself. Jiraiya knelt down and put a hand on Naruto. You have to know how to pass country borders, how to move in hostile environments, how to keep yourself fed and housed on long missions and engagements. This is very important, so we're doing this first. I also don't want to be looking for you for 2 months after we need to be back in Konoha, so we're doing this first. Naruto whined, but a glare from Jiraiya silenced him. This is twofold, you need to do this and I need to go meet up with my spy network contacts. When we travel after this I'll introduce you to them so maybe they can be your contacts one day. Naruto still looked angry as Jiraiya tried placating him. Hey, my original plan was to just give you the introduction to simply make a giant Rasengan. Naruto snorted, that's kind of stupid. So do I stay in High no Kuni or can I leave? Jiraiya grinned at the boy, that's the thing, you can go wherever you want, anywhere. I would actually prefer it if you left High no Kuni. Go somewhere new, learn the landscape of the elemental nations. Naruto shot him a smug grin. Are you sure you want me to Ero Sennin? The further away from High no Kuni I get, the more likely my natural awesome charms are to woo some female. If I leave, then consider my side of the bet won. Jiraiya returned his look. Well then get moving, brat, and don't follow me. Naruto shrugged. I don't care which way I go. Naruto pulled out his Hate and put it over his eyes. You pick which way I go, Ero Sennin. I won't look until I'm an hour down the road, so be crafty with it. Jiraiya spun Naruto in a circle several times before sending him down a random road. Jiraiya yelled out as the blinded blonde Jinchuriki stumbled down the highway. Watch your back, Gaki. I'll be keeping tabs on you. You'd better not die or soon it will kill you. A dot on the horizon. Naruto yelled back, you Ero Sennin. I'm going to kick you in your scrot for this crap when I see you again. Jiraiya chuckled to himself as he turned down another path. He'll be fine. 6 months, what could he possibly get into in 6 months? Jiraiya has seemingly forgotten rule number 1 of dealing with anything involving Naruto Uzumaki. Murphy's law is absolute. XXX. Some random place in the middle of the ocean, off the coast of Mizu no Kuni. 2 weeks later. Naruto, in an effort to expand his horizons, decided that he would see Mizu no Kuni, the island nation. He had chosen this place first on his forced excursion because he didn't know. His gut told him to head towards Mizu no Kuni first, and when a random attitude should prevail, Naruto always followed his gut. And so Naruto caught a barge heading from a coastal town in High no Kuni and had spent the last 3 days crossing the ocean to make it to the main island of Mizu no Kuni. As the sight of land came into view, Naruto couldn't have been happier. Being on a boat for 3 days, sick as a dog, was not Naruto's idea of excitement and a productive use of his time. As the barge landed, Naruto leapt off of the deck of the ship and landed on the pier, almost kissing the planks in relief. Naruto got over his bout with the seas and headed far inland. I wonder if I should head to Kiri. As long as I hide my headband, I should be okay, right? And even if I had it on, Kiri doesn't have any grandstanding issues with Konoha, do they? Naruto pondered this as he walked further and further into the main island of the country. Naruto took note of the differences between Mizu no Kuni and High no Kuni. Instead of trees and sun, Mizu no Kuni was pretty dreary. It had trees, yes, but the further in he went, the more the clouds would cast in front of the sun. Eventually patches of fog would be seen over a lot of the landscape, and the further in he went, the harder it was to navigate the forests that he found himself in. Naruto had eventually been walking around in the woods for 2 days and had taken a rest at a fallen tree. Okay, so I guess village hidden in the mist is a good name for this place. Naruto whipped out the map Jiraiya gave him before a sigh left his mouth. A whole lot of good this will do after I got lost. Sigh asterisk, I'm an idiot. Naruto heard crashing sounds off in the distance and stood as he prepared for a fight. Naruto pinpointed the sounds and ran off to investigate. XXX. An orange-haired boy with glasses sat hiding in the mist, checking the wounds across his torso. A decent-length gash across his chest was bleeding down his body. The boy grimaced as he kept his search up for assailants. As his eyes darted through the misty forest, he thought frantically, why did she send me out here with that squad? I'm not fit to lead anyone. I'm going to die in this forest. The boy felt a cold twinge on his shoulder as he jumped and turned to see a blonde with a confused expression holding out his right arm. Whoa. Hey, calm down, what's going on around here? It reeks of blood. The boy pulled him to the ground. My entire squad was wiped out by anti-blood limit forces. We never had a chance. Naruto lifted an eyebrow in confusion. Wait, Kiri is still on that anti-blood limit kick. The boy nodded before he noticed the metal arm. Is that a Kekkei Genkai? Naruto looked at his arm. No. It's just auto mail, a prosthetic limb only kicked up to the max. Naruto looked at his wounds. Haku-chan said this crap was going on back when she was a kid. They still do this. Naruto picked him up by his arm and steadied him. Hey, let's get you out of here, alright? You're looking pretty beat up. Where's your base at? The boy was hesitant to answer until it dawned on Naruto. Of course he doesn't trust me, he's at war with a genocidal force. I wouldn't trust me either. Naruto held out his hands in a placating manner. Hey, I'm not even from this country, I'm from Konoha. Naruto pulled his Hatei 8 out for proof as the boy looked confused. What is a Konoha ninja doing all the way out here? Naruto rubbed the back of his head sheepishly. I'm kind of on a long trip. I was just passing through and would you believe your luck when I stumbled across you. Naruto heard rustling in the distance. Kid, we've got to get moving. Your enemies are on our heels. The orange-haired boy looked conflicted for a moment before relenting. Whatever, I'm going to die anyway, and if this guy does attack the base then he can't win alone. He sighed and pointed in a direction as Naruto took off after picking him up fireman's style. XXX. The boy calmed after seeing familiar landmarks. We're getting close to the hideout. Naruto looked over his shoulder and cursed. Can you make it the rest of the way alone? The orange-haired boy nodded as Naruto stopped to let him stand. Get to your hideout, I'll fight these guys off, we can't lead them to your group. I'll try to stop them here. The boy looked upset. Why are you doing this? I don't even know your name. Naruto looked ahead in the direction of the pursuers. Because I want to, I think it's the right thing to do, and my name is Naruto Uzumaki. Now get out of here. The boy smiled and ran off towards his base as Naruto sighed, because it's the right thing to do. I'm so dumb, this isn't my fight. 4 Kiri ninja landed in front of him as one with his Hatei 8 on a bandana spoke up. We trade in one pipsqueak for another. Are runts like you all that those stupid rebels can come with these days? Another bald one spoke up. Let's just step on this little pest and keep searching. A tick mark appeared on Naruto's head. Oh yeah, now it's my fight. They took notice of the auto-mail arm. Look at that kid's arm. He has a new metal Kekai Genkai. Take him out now. Naruto grunted. It's not a dam. A barrage of kunai and shuriken flew at him before he could finish his statement as he began bouncing around the forest floor dodging projectiles. Naruto made several kage bunshin and spread them out along the trees amid the battlefield along with himself. Naruto surrounded the Kiri ninja with his clones while staying hidden as they searched for any sign of him, that damn brat. Find him and kill him now. Clap. The Kiri nin all jumped out of the way as an assortment of wooden spears came soaring from the forest. The bandana one, seemingly the leader, growled, "Where are you, you little shit?" Suten, Suryuden no Jutsu, water release, water dragon jutsu. The leader dodged as did two others, but one was caught in the attack and was smashed through multiple trees before crashing to a halt against one of the trees. The man's chest was caved in as he wheezed and spit blood from his mouth before slumping over, dead. The bald man went wide-eyed at the sight. The little freak just killed Takeshi. The bandana-wearing man bit his fist. Shut up and calm down, he's just one kid, don't cluster up. Find him and kill him now. You can try. Naruto's voice rang out from many different areas in the trees. Leave now and I won't have to kill the rest of you. One of the underlings got brash. It's still 3-on-1 kid. You and the rest of the demon spawn bloodline users need to die. Our country is better off without you. Naruto's chuckles echoed through the forest. I'm not from Kiri, I'm just passing through. The bald ninja shouted back out, then why are you here? What could you possibly want with us? Honestly, nothing. But you tried to kill a guy fighting against prejudiced pricks like you. What kind of man would I be to let him just die? That and you called me short. I'm a kid, I still have to hit my growth spurt, you bastards. Clap. Two large earth hands came from the ground and tried to crush the three ninja who were together, but they all moved and leapt into the trees. The underling ninja found himself surrounded by half a dozen of Naruto's clones and was dog-piled before they all shouted, boom, and detonated Bunshin Daibakura, clone great explosion. The remaining Kiri ninja ended up engaging masses of kage Bunshin in the trees, one after another. The bald Kiri nin yelled in anger, how many stupid clones do we have to cut through before we get the real one? I'm not as easy to beat as a Bunshin. The bald ninja ducked as Naruto slashed at the back of his head with his blade arm. The man kicked him back and pulled out a kunai to begin engaging him up close, so the real one finally shows himself. Naruto was pushed back by the larger man and blocked a strike from him before pushing him back himself. You should have been grateful to keep fighting clones, they're not even a fraction of my own power. Naruto pushed close enough to headbutt the man across the face, breaking his nose. Naruto stepped back as the man swung wildly, you little brat. I'll rip your throat out. Naruto kept out of his range as he kept swinging, not fighting like that you aren't. Naruto was suddenly lashed across the back by the bandana ninja, cutting through his clothing and drawing blood. Naruto shouted in pain before turning around to face his newly arrived enemy who had a satisfied smirk on his face. You've been doing very well for a brat. But the game is over, you die here. Naruto sharply inhaled as the uncomfortable wound on his back began to bleed. Oh man, what the hell was that? That hurt. The bandana-wearing ninja grinned as he snapped a whip made of water around himself. Kid, when you get good enough to manipulate elemental chakra like me, there isn't a whole lot that you can't form with your element. Naruto deadpanned a look, a water element in Kirikaga, wow, how original. You are unique, sir. The man didn't take too kindly to that. Are you mocking me, kid? Naruto replied sarcastically, no, of course not. I mean that must be a very rare element to have in a country named for water. Naruto dodged an attack from behind from the bald man. Gedo, let's waste this punk already, he broke my nose. Naruto faced both men and stared them down. That guy better have gotten away. This isn't my problem, but they're making it my problem. When this is over, I'm getting the hell out of Mizu no Kuni, I swear to Kami. Naruto flexed his fingers in anticipation, and then there were two. You know you can still leave me alone. I don't even want to be in this country. The bandana ninja, identified as Gedo, chuckled. Yeah, you're pretty good. But we're Chunin and Kiri's extermination squads. Hunting down solo ninja like you is our job. Naruto flipped them both off. Well, exterminate this. This is bullshit. Naruto dodged his assailant's attack with his water whip once more. Naruto formed his favorite hand sign and spawned a gaggle of cage bunshin that circled him and tried to get in close. The bandana-wearing Kirinin just laughed as he proceeded to slay Naruto's bunshin. One jutsu isn't going to be enough, kid. Look out behind you now. Naruto turned to get a kick in the face from the bald ninja that sent him flying into a tree. Haha. He isn't so tough, Gedo. If you lure him out, he's nothing special at all. Naruto spit blood on the ground as he rose to a kneel. It was a 4-on-1 fight before, wasn't it? And it's still 2-on-1. But I've got a plan. Naruto clapped and placed his hands on the ground as a wall rose in front of him. The bald Kirinin flew through hand signs. Oh no, you don't, you brat. Suten, Teppadama no Jutsu, water release, liquid bullet jutsu. As the bullet crumbled the wall, Naruto was nowhere in sight. Gedo scanned the area as did his bald partner. Mappi, keep your eyes open. He killed 2 of us already by fighting like this. The bald man, now known as Mappi, grinned smugly back up at Gedo. It doesn't matter. The second he shows himself he's dead. He can't take us head to head and he knows it. Clap. Hands rose from the ground, grasping Mappi around his body and holding him tightly. Mappi yelled out in surprise, "Ah, Gedo, get me out. Get me out now." Gedo cursed under his breath, "Damn it, Mappi, I'm coming." As Gedo reformed his water whip, he found himself flying through the air, crashing into a tree before slumping dead, his neck at an unnatural angle. Mappi's eyes widened as he watched his partner die in front of him. As another clap rang out, a hole in the ground in front of him opened up as Naruto climbed out. That was a stupid idea, there was no air down there. Mappi shivered under the gaze of the blonde boy until Naruto looked over where Gedo's corpse lay. Who did that? It damn sure wasn't me. Hey Naruto. The orange-haired boy from earlier walked up carrying a massive hammer. Sorry, I didn't want to leave you like that, but I'm useless without my sword. I was just out for reconnaissance, I wasn't expecting a fight. Naruto looked confused. Sword. That's a hammer. The boy grinned as the massive hammer transformed into its basic sword form. I can turn my sword into any handled weapon I want. Cool, huh? Naruto grinned right back at him. Hell yeah, it is. Naruto turned back to the captured Mappi. So what do you want to do with him? The boy looked around in the trees. Ao-san, you can come out now. A man with brown hair and one eye covered with an eye patch came from the trees and appeared next to the 2 boys. How do you go about leaving your weapon at base, Chojiro? In my day, if you called yourself a shinobi, you wouldn't make rookie mistakes like that. Chojiro rubbed the back of his head apologetically. I'm sorry, Ao-san. My mistake, I got my squad killed because of my own negligence. The 2 turned to look at Naruto, who was still staring at Mappi. So what do I do with this guy? Seriously. Ao spared Mappi a cold glance. He killed our comrades one by one and only left Chojiro. Put him out of my misery. Naruto nodded and clapped as he placed his hands on the ground, drawing the hands holding Mappi back into the ground. No. No, wait, please. St. Naruto dusted his hands off and turned back to Ao and Chojiro. So, Chojiro was it? Glad you're all right. I've got to go get the hell out of this country. This place is crazy. Chojiro ran up to Naruto. But Naruto, you saved my life. You can come back with us to camp. Our leader would certainly reward you for your help today. Naruto waved him off. Yeah, maybe, but the longer I stay, I think the harder it will be to actually leave. Ao looked at Naruto. Where will you go, boy? Do you have somewhere you need to be? Naruto shook his head. I'm kind of wandering for 6 months. I go where I want. Ao and Chojiro grabbed Naruto by his arms and began walking. Hey, what are you guys doing? Ao grinned at Naruto. Well, since you aren't in a rush to be anywhere, you can come and get yourself a reward now, can't you? Naruto struggled for a moment before sighing and accepting his fate. Fine, but if you guys are going to try and kill me, I'm going to flip the out and burn your camp to the ground. Don't with me. Chojiro chuckled. I wouldn't dream of it, Naruto. XXX. The trio walked up to the wall of a mountain. Ao made a secret sequence of hand signs. Kai. A part of the wall faded away, revealing a slit big enough for a few people to fit through. Naruto blinked before following Ao and Chojiro through the hole. Eventually they came across an encampment of tents and makeshift buildings. Naruto looked around and spoke up. So I'm guessing this is your base. Naruto noticed the amount of women and children in the base. While there was a good amount of ninja to fight, it was clear that they had brought their families along for either safety or out of fear of reprisal from the Mizukage. Al nodded. Naruto, you are looking at the main base for Kiri's rebel forces. Naruto followed his two escorts into the base. As they walked, Naruto felt curious. I know someone that got away from Kiri's bloodline purges way back in the day. Just how long has this been going on for? Outside, as he looked at the state of the camp along with Naruto, if you could believe it, this has been going on for 8 years, kid. Naruto's eyes widened. 8 years. Seriously? Chojiro nodded. They were fighting this war way before I ever even became a ninja. Naruto found himself confused. Wait, Kirigakure's finances must be shot straight to hell then. Because they're on an island nation fighting a civil war. Al nodded. You've got it, kid. This irrational hatred of Kekkei Genkai has detted Kiri down quite a bit, I would imagine. All of that means no missions for years, which means no income. If we win the war, we'll have a lot of rebuilding to do. Al noticed Naruto's gaze on a young family in front of a tent, mother watching as her sons wrestled on the ground. A lot of the kids here were born into this, their fathers were or still are rebel soldiers and their families have nowhere to go. Others are families with bloodlines and they came to fight to protect their families. Naruto clenched his fists. This is terrible, but it isn't my problem. I need to get my reward and hightail it the hell out of Mizu no Kuni. They brought Naruto to a hollowed-out wall in the cave. As they went inside, it appeared to be pretty well furbished. Al leaned over to Naruto. Naruto, just so you know, our leader is kind of different. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Different. Different how? That was vague. Naruto turned to Chojiro. So what is this person like, Chojiro? Chojiro took on a longing look. The leader is wonderful, Naruto, such a great person. Naruto deadpanned a look. Okay, these guys are useless. Al took Naruto to a pair of heavy doors guarded by 2 men. The men nodded, allowing him entrance. Al opened the door. Mai-sama, I'm here with Chojiro and a tag-along we picked up. As they entered the room, Naruto took notice of a beautiful woman with long reddish-brown hair with part of it tied up. She had one bang covering one of her green eyes. She had on a blue dress cut low on her shoulders. It was clear to the blonde boy that she had very generous assets. The woman smiled at their entrance as she looked over Naruto. Now Al, who is this young man you've brought to me? Naruto answered the question eloquently. Ublu. Al stepped forward. Mai-sama, this is Naruto. He came across Chojiro in the forest after his squad was wiped out by the extermination squads and fought him off for him until he could get me from the entrance of our hideout and return. Mai smiled at Naruto. You helped my Chojiro out, did you, Naruto-kun? Naruto answered emphatically. Uksha. Mai laughed slightly and looked at Chojiro, who was looking at the ground. Chojiro-kun, you made a mistake. Many leaders make mistakes. In this life you have to be in situations that end up with people dead. All you can do is learn from it and be ready next time to handle your responsibilities, okay? Chojiro smiled gratefully and kept his gaze low as he nodded. Naruto looked at Chojiro and nodded, smiling approvingly. Chojiro was right, she is a good person. Al scoffed. Chojiro, you need some backbone, boy. Why, in my day a shinobi was ready for anything. You need to train as if you were a real man, only then can you know how to dodge ambushes like that. Mai's eyes widened. Need? Man. Al kept ranting to the orange-haired swordsman until Mai smiled at him just a little too sweetly as Naruto felt quite a significant amount of ki. Al, shut up or I'll kill you. Al's jaw dropped. What the hell did I do? Naruto's sweat dropped. Okay, that wasn't random at all. Mai turned her attention back to Naruto. Now for our hero here. Can I get the full name of the boy I am indebted to? Naruto snapped out of his thoughts and grinned. ILY, oh yeah, of course. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the Fullmetal Alchemist, nice to meet you. He finished with a showy bow. Mai's eyes widened. Your name precedes you, Naruto-kun, I've heard of you. Iwa has you listed as a kill-on-sight threat in the bingo book. Naruto scratched the back of his head. Wow, last time it was just a listing of caution. Who did I piss off in Iwa? Mai laughed slightly at that. And Uzumaki. They still exist. I thought the Sandai Mizukage wiped them all out. Mai rested her chin in her hands. Well, what can I do for you, dear? I am in your debt. Chojiro is very important to the war effort. Naruto waved it off. It's okay, I actually should be going before I end up running into any more of the Mizukage's ninja. Even though I'm on leave from Konoha, I'm still representing Konoha and I might get them into some deep trouble if I'm caught here. Chojiro came up to Naruto. You could at least stay the night before you leave. It's late in the day and you wouldn't make it to any towns with an inn or hotel anytime soon. Naruto looked at the group sheepishly. Actually, I kind of need an escort anyway, because I got lost in the mist when I found Chojiro, and I really don't feel like wandering aimlessly through the forest for 3 more days. Mei giggled at Naruto. So I guess that means you will be staying for the night then. Naruto nodded. Yes, if I could. It's either that or stumble through the woods again. Mei clapped her hands together. Wonderful. Now Chojiro, I need to talk to Naruto-kun here. There's something I need to tell him. Naruto lifted his eyebrow in interest as Mei stood and walked to a couch across the room. Mei patted the seat next to her upon sitting down. Come and sit with me for a moment, Naruto-kun. Naruto shrugged to himself and walked over to join her on the couch. Mei just looked at Naruto, taking in his appearance for a moment. Before Naruto finally opened his mouth to speak, Mei started herself. Fullmetal Alchemist is a very distinct name, Naruto-kun. What, may I ask, is so, Fullmetal, about you? Naruto grinned and pulled his right arm from within his cloak, tapping it a few times for effect. Mei's eyes took on an appearance of surprise. May I? She asked, motioning to his arm. Naruto nodded as she took it into her grasp to examine it. What workmanship? How, or should I say, why would a child as young as yourself need something like this? This is the kind of thing that injured war veterans end up getting. Naruto chuckled mirthlessly, because life is hard, Mei-sama, and Kami doesn't fight fair. Bad things happen to young and undeserving people all the time. You should know this better than most due to your current situation. You're fighting against people that would harm innocents just because of how they were born, because of what they possess. You have a Kekkei Genkai. Mei looked shocked, but I thought Konoha adored those with bloodline limits. Why do they despise you? Naruto scratched his head. It's not necessarily a Kekkei Genkai per se, it is something that makes me different. To Konoha it's the wrong kind of different. Mei nodded as they sat in silence for a moment. She looked over at Naruto. Naruto-kun, do you know how all of this mess got started? How Kiri began with its bloodline purges? Naruto shook his head. No, I didn't know if my friend knew or not, and it seemed like it was a pretty personal thing to her, so I never bothered to ask if she knew. Mei leaned back into the couch. It is a long story, Naruto-kun, so you want to hear it? Naruto nodded. Yeah, I'd like to if you'd be willing to tell me. Mei smiled. Okay, this goes back to the days of the Sandai Mizukage. In every major war Kiri had ever been a part of, they had been known as the nation with the most Kekkei Genkai. Konoha had the most well-known ones, but Kiri had the most. Naruto nodded. So why the big shift around in opinion on them? Mei frowned. Well, the thing is, in every great ninja war Kiri had participated in, we for the most had gotten smashed, thoroughly. Naruto sharply inhaled. That is rough. Mei giggled. Yes, well, after the third great ninja war 16 years ago, the Yondai Mizukage, Yagura, took up power. At first things were okay. Kiri rebuilt, began replenishing its forces and recovered. But about 3 years into his reign he changed. Yagura became paranoid. He became obsessed with making Kiri a model nation for all shinobi to look onto. The first thing he did was initiate Kiri's graduation program. Things were made far harsher for children attempting to graduate and join the ranks. He wanted the best, in exchange for entire generations of students. Mei took a breath. The graduation ceremony included one-on-one fights to the death between students. Naruto nodded and continued for her, right up until Zabuza Momoki came through, right? Mei looked taken aback at Naruto's knowledge on this. Yes, but how did you? Naruto chuckled. On my first C-ranked mission I ended up fighting Zabuza. He tried telling me the story of how he killed the entire class to psyche me out and kill me and my team off. You can obviously see how well that worked for him. Mei nodded. Well, that ended that little attempt from Yagura to reform our forces, but then he moved on to something else. He started using the bloodline users as scapegoats for Kiri's problems, and he began ostracizing them from the rest of the populace. Eventually he called for the eradication of our bloodline users. Naruto growled. Why didn't anyone ever call this guy out on this stuff? He sounds insane. Mei shook her head. Before these things started, Yagura was a good man, he was a caring, strong person. But like I said, something changed when he took his position as Mizukage. There were many assassination attempts, from many people. Zabuza tried as well, but they all failed because the Mizukage has something in him that just blows anything I've ever seen right out of the water. The power he commands is frightening, Naruto-kun. It isn't human. Naruto narrowed his eyes. What do you mean isn't human? Mei looked at Naruto dead in the eye. Naruto-kun, Yagura is the Jinchuriki for the Sanbi, the three-tailed turtle. He holds the power of a demon sealed within him. Naruto's eyes bugged out as he looked at Mei like a deer caught in the headlights. He's got a demon sealed in him too. He's like me. He's different too, and he's killing people just because they're different. Naruto gritted his teeth. Okay, Mei. I understand, but I have one thing you said that I don't get. Mei blinked. Go ahead and ask Naruto-kun. You said the story starts with the Sandai Mizukage. How? Just because he led during the last war. Mei took a deep breath. Okay, here we go. If this doesn't work, then he won't ever join us. Well, the Sandai Mizukage kind of set a precursor to Kiri's bloodline genocide. Right before the close of the last war, there was a country not too far from Kiri, an island nation. Azu no Kuni, the land of whirlpools. This country had their own ninja force. Kiri wanted to integrate Azu no Kuni into Mizu no Kuni, but when the people in charge of Azu no Kuni declined, the Sandaime took it upon himself to rid the area of the headstrong country. Naruto looked disgusted, so he just called for the annihilation of an entire country because they wanted to be free. Mei nodded. Yes, Naruto-kun, however Azu's shinobi forces did not make the task too easy for him. They fought back every step of the way, inflicting massive losses on our ninja. Were it not for Kiri's superior numbers, there was no logical way they would have won. One clan of ninja in particular were especially despised and feared by Kiri. Mei put a hand on Naruto's head and ruffled his hair. These ninja carried blades into battle and were fully capable of matching, if not overcoming, some of Kirigakure's 7 swordsmen. They had flaming red hair and charged into battle, fighting like berserkers. They were never recorded to have ever retreated. If they were taken down, it was done facing the hordes of Kiri-nin in front of them. Mei nodded thoughtfully. The Uzumaki clan were truly a fierce lot. Naruto double-tacked at the end of her statement. Uzumaki. My name is. Mei cut him off. Yes, Uzumaki. You may just be the child of a survivor of the destruction of Azu no Kuni. Maybe the only one of their line left. Mei continued her story. Eventually Kiri breached the walls of Azu no Kuni's hidden village, Azugakure, and proceeded to eradicate any trace of the village, the country, any part of it that could be retold. Only warded accounts from those that were there and survived have provided any information on it. It was wiped from existence, Naruto-kun. Now it's just an island. Naruto shook. I actually have a background. I wanted information on my family for so long I gave up ever finding out about them. I finally find a trace of my history and it's gone. Damn it, what do I have to do to catch a break around here? Naruto chuckled. His chuckling soon turned into unmitigated laughter as Mei looked on in concern. Naruto-kun, are you okay? Naruto stopped laughing to look at her. Me. I'm just fine. I finally find something about my family only to find that they were all wiped from the face of the continent 3 years before I even existed, so I'm really no closer to finding out about my parents than I was 10 years ago. I'm in great. He looked down at the floor. Mei looked at him sadly. Naruto-kun, I do know the way to get to Azu no Kuni. Naruto's head turned towards her so fast she thought he had hurt his neck. You what now? Can you tell me how to get there? Please. I'm traveling anyway, I would love to go see it. Mei shook her head. The waters surrounding Azu no Kuni are quite treacherous, Naruto-kun. The entire island is surrounded by whirlpools that would rend any ship to tatters before you ever got sight of land. I would take you myself, but I'm committed to fighting this war here to depose the Mizukage. Naruto looked down. I see. Well, at least I know something now. I wasn't some no-name orphan, I come from a clan of powerful ninja. That's better than just wondering, I guess. Mei rubbed the boy's shoulder. Ask one of the men where the barracks are. There should be a place for you to spend the night. Come and see me tomorrow before you leave. I'd like to thank you for your help again before you go. Naruto nodded as he rose to leave the room. As he reached the door he looked back. I want to thank you, Mei-sama, for telling me all of that. I learned more about my family from you in 15 minutes than I did from my entire village in 13 years. Mei smiled at the boy. You don't have to call me Sama Naruto-kun, I hold no sway over you. And I'm glad I was able to help you out, even a little bit. Naruto returned her smile and left, shutting the door behind him. Mei sighed and held her forehead as she looked up at the ceiling. I hate having to play the boy like that, but he's too good to just let go. Part of me hopes he will just leave. This really isn't his fight. XXX. Naruto had left the carved-out cave to set along the trees and the mist at night. Naruto found a quiet spot and took up a meditative pose to go inside his head. XXX. As Naruto opened his eyes, he found himself on a grassy moonlit hillside. Naruto sighed as he just lay down in the grass and waited. Naruto finally heard the rustle of someone walking along the grass as a smile appeared on his face. Hello Kyubi-chan, how are you tonight? Kyubi walked up with a frown on her face as she sat down and placed Naruto's head in her lap before she began to stroke his hair. I'm fine Naruto-kun, but that isn't important right now. How are you feeling? Naruto sighed as a feeling of contentment went through him as the female kitsune comforted him. I don't know, part of me feels great. I had a family. They were totally awesome, but another part of me wishes I never knew at all. They don't even exist anymore, they were all killed off except for my parents, and now they're dead too, dead or they just dropped me at birth and ran for it after you were sealed in me. Kyubi's ears lowered as she looked away. I'm sorry Naruto-kun. Naruto grabbed her hands and held them. Mei, it's okay, the past is the past and we've already established that you aren't truly at fault here. Shit happens I guess, no using about it now, I've got things to do and no time to look back and complain. Kyubi smiled at him as she pinched his cheeks. That is a very introspective way of looking at things Naruto-kun. You're getting very mature you know. Naruto's sweat dropped as he scratched the side of his head. I don't know about all of that. I think the bombshell about the Uzumaki clan cleared my head of all of my mental shortcomings for the time being. You'll see, I'll be back to my smart-ass, headstrong, troublemaking ways in no time, just you wait. Kyubi laughed and continued to stroke the blonde hair of her container. So where will you go now? What's the plan after we get out of Mizu no Kuni Naruto-kun? Naruto sighed. I don't know, my first thought was to go to Oto and raise some hell there, but then again I'm not really feeling too suicidal right now so that plan is out. I'm a damn handsome young man if I do say so myself, and Orochimaru is not getting his pasty pedophile hands on the Fullmetal Alchemist, hell no, if it ever comes to that I am ripping this goddamn seal off and taking them all down with me. Kyubi huffed, don't joke about you dying like that Naruto-kun. You will live for a long time, a very long time. We have all the time in the world to figure a way to get me out and keep you alive so don't even think about doing anything like that. Naruto put his hands up in an apologetic fashion. Hey, I was trying to lighten the mood around here. I won't do that, and Orochimaru and his butt buddy Kabuto aren't man enough to pin me down and catch me so don't even worry. Naruto got a devilish smirk on his face. If a Wagakur wants to put a hit out on me then I guess I'll just have to go there and give those bastards a reason to put one on me right. Kyubi gave Naruto a dry look. What? Ero Sennin said I could go anywhere and do anything. Iwa is somewhere and I've got some pretty nasty prank ideas I didn't feel like letting loose in Konoha that would be just perfect for this. Kyubi's look turned into a smirk. You are some kind of idiot you know that. Naruto chuckled. Yes I am, but I'm your idiot, and you're stuck with me until I kick the bucket or get you out of here. Kyubi shifted so that she could lay down and look up at the fabricated sky next to Naruto. Naruto looked over at the demoness. So when are you gonna teach me anything cool with your powers? That cloak is awesome, but it comes with me using your chakra. I want some badass tricks to bolster my mad skills. Kyubi looked at Naruto curiously. I guess when we get out into the wilderness I can teach you a few techniques you can handle. Kyubi turned her head towards Naruto with an amused look. You can handle them, right? Naruto laughed. Who do you think you're talking to here? I can do any damn thing I please, who can stop me? Naruto looked back up at the moon of his mind. I still want to know about my family though, am I really the only one left? Is there anything that can tell me more? I still want to see a Zugakur for myself. Kyubi yawned and shut her eyes. Well then you just need to get that Mei lady to take you there. She's the only person you know of that has any kind of knowledge on it, And do you really feel like traipsing about Mizu no Kuni for Kami knows how long looking for anyone else that can help? Naruto smirked, that's my Kyubi-chan. Straight to the heart of the issue, huh? Kyubi put up a V sign with her fingers. You know it, Naru-kun. Naruto continued to lay with her for hours, just looking up at the sky. I'm way too young to be dealing with this kind of shit. Honestly, who else has to mess with stuff like this on a regular basis? I'm sending out a survey, teenage kids that deal with shit way over their heads. I want responses, damn it. XXX. Mai Terumi sat in her office with Chojiro and Ao to discuss the current situation. As she perused over the records of the conflicts between the rebels and Mizukage's forces, she sighed, we're going to have to take a chance and find a way to take out the dragon at its head. Ao sputtered, why you mean just go straight for Yagura himself? That's suicide, Mai-sama. Zabuza was the last person to try something like that and you see how that worked out. Mai smirked, you forget Ao. Zabuza was strong when he attacked, yes, but I am far stronger than Zabuza. I just need a support for the battle. I have a plan to lure him into combat that I'm sure will defeat him. Chojiro and Ao looked at each other and looked down. Mai blinked twice, so neither of you are going to back me up against Yagura. Ao and Chojiro looked at each other once again and took fetal positions on the floor. We would follow you into any battle you wish, Mai-sama, but against Yagura we'd be nothing more than gnats to him. He would squash us. Chojiro spoke up, Mai-sama, you are the only person among us that even remotely has a chance against Yagura in combat. None of us are even close to being his match, only you. Mai grumbled as she put her head on her desk, where the hell am I going to find someone tough, headstrong and damnably crazy enough to go along with a half-baked attack plan against the most powerful person in the entire country? The door flew open to feature a blonde boy in a red cloak with a metal arm gleaming in the light. Mei's face lit up upon his arrival, Naruto-kun. Naruto put a shit-eating grin on his face, so Mei-chan, I guess I'll just have to go ahead and end this little war of yours so you can get me to Razu no Kuni. You don't have any problems with that, do you? 2 weeks later. All throughout Kiri's misted forests the sounds of combat rang out. Mei and the best of her rebel forces took to engaging Yagura's top ninja throughout the general area around the hidden base of the rebels. There was no need to even attack the main base itself. If the rebels lost here, then there was no significant threat left. The back of the entire rebellion would be broken, and from there it would just be a matter of mopping up the remaining forces. A group of rebel ninja landed in front of Ao, who was in charge of the main assault and defense force. Ao senpai, Squad 4 has just engaged Hunter Group 9 7 kilometers west of here. A second man spoke up, Ao senpai, how much longer do we have to keep this up? We were outnumbered from the start. Only the use of familiar terrain let us shear down the numbers from the start. Ao gritted his teeth, Mai-sama is working on it. Give her and Naruto some time, damn it. As bad as we have it, I can assure you this is nothing compared to what they're facing. XXX. Naruto stood upon a bluff overlooking a field spared from the battle damage common elsewhere close by. He had foregone the cloak just to appear in his black sleeveless shirt and black pants. Standing next to Mai, Naruto couldn't stop fidgeting. I swear to Kami, I just keep getting myself in the worst situations, don't I? Mai giggled as a lone man came into view. No bodyguards, no forces behind him. Ah, that's our man Naruto-kun. Are you ready? Naruto shook his limbs out and cracked his neck. Does it really matter? If I'm not, he'll just kill me anyway, so let's do this already. Mai and Naruto jumped from the cliff to meet their adversary in battle. 2 weeks ago. Do it again, Naruto-kun, it's not big enough yet. Naruto sat panting on the ground covered in sweat. This is ridiculous. If you didn't show me how strong this move was, I'd never have even tried it. It's messing up my throat. To prove his point, Naruto hopped up a bloody loogie and spit it onto the ground. Kyubi sat in his mind shifting anxiously. I don't care, Naruto-kun, do it again. You wanted me to train you, well this is the first technique I'm teaching you, so get it together. Just cracking a tree with the attack isn't enough, you need to obliterate the damn thing, otherwise it's a failure. Naruto groaned in defeat and stood back up, pressing on his throat as some form of comfort. Fine, but I'm stopping when I sound like I have freaking throat cancer. Naruto sucked in a massive amount of air and gritted his teeth, beams of red light appearing from behind them. Naruto mentally screamed to himself, Onijutsu, Kitsune Hakuten, Demon Technique, Fox Flash. Naruto opened his mouth with a yell, expelling a forceful blast of red light from his mouth. As it sailed through the mist and collided with the tree he was aiming at, Naruto looked on as the smoke cleared. Naruto found that like the rest of his attempts, things were slowly coming along. At first all he had been able to manage with the attack was to slightly char the side of the wood. However, on this attempt he found that he had cracked the wood. Naruto sighed and rubbed his throat. Still not good enough, damn it. The attack called for Naruto to build up a significant amount of Kyuubi's chakra in the back of his throat and force it out through his mouth to fire a destructive beam at his opponent. It was a simple technique in theory, just build up a crapload of power and let it fly. According to Kyuubi, despite being so destructive, it was a damn simple technique for a lot of the more adept fox demons to learn. This didn't really apply to Naruto. Being a human, Kyuubi's unprepared and unconverted chakra hurt Naruto. Having to build it up in his throat was very painful for him and it caused him damage. When it ran through his chakra system it wasn't too bad, it had become accustomed to some amount of demonic chakra running through it at all times. However, the insides of his body, such as his organs excluding the heart and lungs, were not channeling any amount to his insides other than the two aforementioned organs, which were more closely interwoven with his network than any other, was quite a painful experience. Kyuubi surmised that he needed to toughen up his throat the hard way, by using the attack as much as he safely could until he could fire a full power blast, and this form of training was starting to see its effects, however slowly and painfully it was coming. Naruto cleared his throat and stood up. I wonder if Mei-chan's plan can actually work. This Yagura guy beat Zabuza straight up in a fight. How much stronger could she be? You beat Zabuza, just because this Yagura person did too doesn't mean anything. Naruto sighed, I didn't beat Zabuza. I haven't beaten anyone that's really high profile. Kyuubi blinked inside of Naruto's head as she listened to him. What? You fought and you survived, how did you not beat anyone? Naruto shook his head, I fought Zabuza with Kakashi. Kakashi got the final blow in, I just freed him to fight. Me and Big Boss fought Reiga, and Big Boss was the one that came up with the final plan and was the one that killed him too. Ero Sennin and Tsunade beat Orochimaru, I was just an ant compared to them. Kyuubi's tail swished as she thought of a counter, you beat Haku, Gaara, Kabuto, and that Iwa Kunoichi. Naruto scoffed, all of them had reasons as to why they lost. Me and Big Boss fought Haku-chan together, and she wasn't fighting to kill. By the time she was so tired I finished her with one salvo of exploding Bunshin. Gaara was batshit crazy and easy to manipulate into fighting my fight as all he was thinking about was killing me. Kabuto was that's all I have to say about that, he was and he underestimated me, and paid dearly. Kyuubi grumbled inside of his head, and what could be your excuse for fighting and beating the Iwa girl, she was a Junin. Naruto nodded, yeah, but again, she underestimated me and allowed me to escape and get my arm back. And not only that, if I couldn't get that damn halberd away from her I would have lost. Naruto felt a shock go through his head and let out a yell, what the hell? Kyuubi growled, stop shortchanging yourself, damn it. You found their weaknesses and exploited them. That's what ninja do. You fought the way you were supposed to fight, to win by any means necessary. It didn't matter what you had to do to win, or how long it took, the ends justify the means. Now get over your personal pity party and get back to work on this jutsu, or I swear to Kami I will keep you up all night singing, the song that never ends. Naruto snapped to attention and looked around frantically before taking a deep breath. Onijutsu, Kitsune Hakuten. XXX. Mei sat at her desk and perused over every bit of information on Yagura she had collected since the active rebellion had begun. So far all I've seen is that the only thing that would definitely work on Yagura is the Gogyo Fuan, 5 elements seal, but we don't have anyone that is even adequate at seals, let alone knows this one. Mei took on a pondering look, I wonder if Naruto-kun knows anyone that's good with seals. XXX. Some random location in Jakistan, miles away from anything significant. WACHOO. Jiraiya banged his face against a fence from the force of his sneeze. Leaning back while wiping his nose and rubbing his face, Jiraiya sniffed, I guess some hot babe is talking about me. But then again I don't see how she couldn't WAHAHA. Oh yeah, we can't see how at all. Jiraiya turned to see a mass of women in towels glaring murder at him. Jiraiya chuckled good-naturedly before sighing, okay, you all know the drill, one shot each and not in the face. Okay, the face. XXX. May huffed, it doesn't matter. They say the most surefire way to kill a Jinchuriki is with another Jinchuriki. May slammed her head on her desk and groaned into the hardwood, where the hell am I going to find another Jinchuriki? WACHOO. May rose at the sound of a sneeze and a bang on her door. Enter. The door opened to reveal Naruto rubbing his forehead. Someone is really talking about me, I hope she's hot. May smiled at the arrival of the blonde boy. How are you, Naruto-kun? Is your training going well? Naruto sat down and smiled at her, as good as I could hope for it to go. I'm just waiting for your go-ahead to go and fight that Yagura douche. May looked at Naruto in surprise. You want to fight Yagura? Naruto nodded with a grin. Yeah, let's do it. I mean, I know he's a cage and everything, but if you're thinking of fighting him and you lead the entire rebellion, then you must be pretty damn strong. And that guy needs to go down, this needs to end. May smiled at him as Naruto continued, you can help me get to Razu no Kuni after we win, right? May went back to going over her doents. Of course, Naruto-kun, if you can help us out, then that would be the least we could do for you. By now Naruto had noticed the look on her face as she went over the things on her desk. May-chan, are you okay? You look kind of tense. May sighed, I'm trying to find any way to beat Yagura decisively. So far I've got nothing. The most applicable thing I found was that the best way to fight him was with another Jinchuriki, but I doubt another of the 5 great nations would lend a ragtag group of rebels one of the most powerful forces in the elemental nations. Naruto swallowed a lump that had appeared in his throat. You don't say. A Jinchuriki, huh? May hadn't paid attention to Naruto's discomfort. That bastard has demonic power at his disposal, but his Biju is the 3-tail, there are still 6 more with more power than him. May looked up and started counting off on her fingers. Suna has the 1 tail, Kumo has the 2 tails and the 8 tails, Yagura of course is the 3 tails, Iwa has the 4 tails and the 5 tails, who knows where the 6 tails is, Taki has the 7 tails. Naruto finished up subconsciously, and Konoha has the 9 tails. May blinked in confusion. Yes, but I thought no one knew about their Jinchuriki. No one ever talks about it, even in Konoha. Naruto took a deep breath. I know about it because I am Konoha's Jinchuriki. Naruto cut off May's reply. It's a secret because the Kyuubi, the 9-tailed fox, attacked the village, as you probably know. Upon seeing her nod he continued, well, after it was sealed in me, all of the adults or people old enough to know what was happening wanted me dead, in order to try to protect me from the future generations. The sealing was kept secret for the most part, but it was a horribly kept secret. Naruto tapped his right arm, a gift from the demon haters. That was a fun 6th birthday, such a great party. Naruto finished sarcastically. May took a moment to reflect on what she was just told before Naruto chuckled nervously. I actually haven't told any of my friends in Konoha that I have her in me, their reaction might be violent. May raised an eyebrow. Her. The Kyuubi's a girl. Naruto nodded. Yep. After the first time we met we've actually gotten on quite well. She's really sweet when you get to know her. May snickered. Don't worry, Naruto-kun, you're a good boy. And now we have a nice little trump card for our battle with Yagura. Can you use any of her power? Naruto sat silent for a second before responding. Yeah, I can use up to I would guess 2 tails of her chakra before it starts really wearing on me. It used to be 1, but since I've been learning her attack move I've increased the overall amount I can safely handle. May grinned widely. That's fantastic. Now I can actually form a decent attack plan, and as long as you help me out with the final fight then we can win. Naruto scratched his head. So what the hell are we going to do? I mean, he's the Mizukage. How are we going to get to him? I'm decent at infiltration, but I can't get the drop on a cage, I'm just not that good. May walked over to Naruto to pat him on his shoulder comfortingly. It's okay, Naruto-kun, if my plans work then we'll get Yagura to come to us. All I'm waiting on is for Ao to come back and we can get ready for battle. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Are you sure that's such a good plan? If we lose then everybody else is screwed. Luring him here could compromise all of the others. May frowned and nodded. Yes, it is risky, but luring Yagura into open battle is probably the best chance at ending this war that we've got. If we can kill him, then we can march right into Kirigakure and take the cage seat. Naruto looked confused. Really? That's how you guys do things around here? Mei walked with Naruto to the door. Yes, it's how the Sandai Mizukage took his position. Naruto returned his attention to what was on his mind. Are you sure you think I can help you? I'm just a chunin going up against a cage after all. There is no guarantee that I won't just be a liability to you when the fight starts. Mei caressed Naruto's cheek. You really are a good person, Naruto-kun. You put yourself in someone else's conflict because it was the right thing to do. You won't be a liability to me, just believe you can win, and I'll be right there with you the entire time, okay? We can finish this ourselves. Naruto nodded and perked back up. You're right, Mei-chan, sorry about that. I don't know where my edge went, but I'm over it now. I'll do my damnedest to help out all of the people that need me here. Yagura won't win, even if he kills me. End flashback. Yagura, the man they had come to dispose of, stood just 50 yards away. He had even come to the battle dressed in his cage robes, no doubt covered by some sort of combat armor. He removed his hat to reveal dirty blonde hair and beady, arrogant eyes. Ah, Mei, so good to see you again. I guess you've decided to end this little farce of a civil war and give up, huh? Mei smirked and shook her head. You're partially right, I am here to end this civil war. I'm just going to do it by killing you and restoring some logical order to Kiri once and for all. Yagura cackled momentarily before regaining his composure. Logical order. What I've done is logical. Don't you see that all of these polluted blood types are what is slowly killing Kiri's power? Naruto shot an angry look at Yagura. Yeah, they're killing Kiri's power because you've spent the better part of the decade hunting them down like animals and exterminating them. You should know what it means to be different from others. What could give you any reasonable excuse to bastardize so many people? Mei put a hand on Naruto's shoulder to calm him down before speaking to Yagura. Nonetheless, it's time for this to come to an end. You have to die today, Yagura. Yagura once again began to laugh heavily. You think that only yourself and a kid with a prosthetic arm can come even close to beating me? The recruitment for more rebels must be far worse off than I thought. Naruto gritted his teeth as Mei smirked. This isn't just any recruit, Yagura. Or is your information on foreign affairs so bad that you don't even know who the Fullmetal Alchemist is? Yagura stopped laughing for a moment. Of course I know who that is. The boy that single-handedly stopped Tsuna's Jinchuriki after he went full power in the middle of Konoha. You thought that some upstart Jinchuriki killer could give you an edge over me. Yagura paused to let out a few more chuckles. That brat didn't have any control over his Biju controlled him. I have mastered using my own, and mine is more powerful than the Ichibi no Shukaku. The Sanbi no Genbu is 3 times as strong at full power. Naruto shook his head. Nah, that's just speculation. The Biju all rank around each other and rotate in power actually. Except for one that is. Yagura nodded. Yes, the QB was no doubt the most powerful. Too bad. Naruto snickered. You hear that, Mei-chan? Now she's going to get a swollen ego over that one. Naruto paused and cringed while holding his head. Mei looked at him oddly. What's the matter, Naruto-kun? Are you okay? Naruto rubbed his temple and nodded. Yeah, she just aired me out over that last comment. It's a good thing we're about to fight, or else I'd be hearing about that one all day. Yagura sighed in boredom. Are we done? Can I kill you two now and go back to Kiri? Rebellion or not, there's still tons of paperwork to do. Naruto's sweat dropped. You know, between the old man and him, I'm kind of wondering if being Hokage would really be so cool. All they talk about is the paperwork. Seriously. Dude, why don't you just use clones to do the work? You're the Mizukage. I know you know how to do Mizu Bunshin, water clones. So what the hell? Yagura froze for a moment as his eyes widened and then whipped his head around, searching frantically before running from the clearing to a tree before banging his head repeatedly against it, shouting, "Stupid." Naruto slapped his own forehead. Damn it, I totally forgot. Mei looked concerned. What, Naruto-kun? What's wrong now? Naruto looked on at Yagura, punishing himself. I forgot to tell Tsunade Barkin the secret to paperwork before I left. I wonder if she's pissed. XXX. Konohagakure, Hokage Tower. WACHOO. Damn it. Tsunade wiped her nose while her tower of papers fluttered across the office. Ugh, stupid brat, leaving and not telling me stuff. Tsunade looked over at Hiruzen, who was asleep on the couch in the room. Sarutobi-sensei, why are you still here? Hiruzen cracked an eye and yawned, because it's my retirement and I can do what I want. Naruto and Kushina were right, other people's reaction to their own paperwork is hilarious. Tsunade growled, well then tell me the secret to paperwork, damn it. Hiruzen grinned, nope, I went over 50 years without it, you can last the 2 years until Naruto gets back. Hopefully you last that long. Tsunade picked up a form from off of the floor, I'm going to kill that Gaki when he gets back here. XXX. Back in Mizu no Kuni. Naruto shivered, I think I screwed someone over back home, I hope they get over it in 2 years. Yagura made his way back over from the tree with a red mark on his head, okay now that that's over. Let me show you the true power of a real Jinchuriki. Naruto grinned, if this is going to be some kind of demonic pissing contest then I'm pretty sure I've got you beat. Mei looked down at Naruto, show him Naruto-kun. Naruto nodded, don't freak out. No matter how it feels it's still me, okay. Naruto shut his eyes, game time Kyubi-chan, let's freak this guy out. Naruto opened his eyes as the atmosphere around him changed. Mei felt the bloodlust of his demonic chakra roll off of him as goosebumps formed on her body. Yagura felt it from where he was standing and saw the changes coming from the boy, his facial marking deepened, his real hand began growing claws, his canines lengthened and his eyes became slitted as the chakra around him became visible in a red haze. Yagura went wide-eyed, you, boy. Are you too a Jinchuriki? Naruto grinned ferally, got it in one, at least you aren't in denial or anything. Yagura felt a ghost of a smile come to his face, which one are you? Naruto shook his head, it isn't important. You're going to die here anyway so any information I tell you would be useless. Now prepare yourself. Yagura laughed, Mei, what a trump card. I'm impressed, the Jinchuriki killer the Fullmetal Alchemist is a Jinchuriki. How fun. You've outdone yourself this time I must say. Now let's get this started. Naruto whispered to Mei, Mei-chan. Do you have any kick-ass powers that could help us, or that I should look out for? Just thought I should ask before we get into this. Mei shook off her discomfort after remembering it was Naruto, don't worry about that Naruto-kun. You'll know when you see them. Naruto shrugged before rushing in at Yagura growling. That will be all for this video, be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos, goodbye.